Alright everyone, so during my lunch I went to Walmart and I was looking through the games and just random stuff they have in their electronics, and I came across this. Now this is a Nintendo 3DS carrying case, the Game Traveler case, but this actually has the new 2DS XL branding on it for this version of the 3DS family. Now for a while I've been using this case, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this case or anything, but because I'm a sucker for having the branding on the case here, I figure I'd go ahead and pick it up and we can check this out. But also, before we do that, I actually do have an older version that has the 3DS branding on it. Sitting in my closet, but there are some differences. One of the things I didn't really care about is, you have this little handle here, but it's, I kind of like these kinds of handles, which is part of the reason why I actually like this case too, because of the handle on it. I like these kinds of handles. So we're going to open this up, and just out of curiosity, I actually want to see if there is a difference inside between these two, because it is marketed towards the new 2DS XL, new 3DS XL, and the 3DS XL. So let's go ahead and cut this open in a way that I'm not going to destroy this thing. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up, pull this out, got some more foam, and you do have these little straps on here. You've got this little flap here, an extra stylus holder, and you can hold 8 games on this thing. Just out of curiosity, let's compare this one. Okay, similar thing. It has these little straps on here, though this one seems like it's a slightly higher quality. Though, in terms of softness, they're kind of about the same. A little bit of a different material, but it gets the job done. One thing this doesn't have is this one does have this little pocket up here, so you can put your, in this case, like a USB charging cable, little cleaning cloth. And because this particular case is one of these kinds of cases where it came with some extra stuff, so it came with a set of screen protectors for this, which are actually really good. I actually used this on this, and you can't really tell at all, which is good. It also came with this stylus, which is nice and big. Can I at least transfer this over? Yeah, it'll fit. Cool. I would actually continue to use this. So there is an omission in terms of this pocket. I kind of wish I had a little pocket to store some extra stuff on here, but it's not the end of the world. But it would have been one of those things that would have been nice to have. But it does hold the same amount of games. Now, just out of curiosity, how do the games go in here? Okay, they go in about the same. So you can put your games in there. Let's go ahead and try this real quick. Goes in there. Let's take this, put this on here, see if this closes. Yeah, it does close. And it holds. That's actually pretty cool. So, out of curiosity, let's take a look at this one, see what the difference is. Okay, the inside is pretty much identical. You got the same amount of games that can hold. You got this little pull thing. The other one does too. And you have an extra stylus holder, but no pocket up here. So really the biggest difference between these two is, you know, besides the stitching, which is blue to match with the blue version I got, but has the different branding on here made for the 2DS XL and a proper handle like this versus this, and obviously the zipper thing is a little different. But I think between the two, they're kind of close. I mean, this pack was about $10, so pretty much about the same price as this, which you only get the case for. But the straps on this is a little bit more on the janky side. But this case was actually designed in terms of specs and the size for the system itself. So if I put this in here, there is a slight bigger gap in this case versus this, because this case is slightly smaller, because this 2DS XL is actually slightly smaller and thinner than the regular 3DS XL. So that is something to keep in mind. For me, it's not really the end of the world. I mean, I can flip it on, put it on one side there, slide it in, and it goes in just fine. I would probably use this one just because of the branding and another thing I do notice too. Plus, I never cared for the zipper. This zipper feels really nice when you're opening and closing. Very little effort. This one always had a slight effort, but it's not really too bad. But also, is even though this, if I stand it up, you can, I mean, it's not really that big of a difference, but it is, this is slightly thicker than this. So that is something to keep in mind too. But this is not a bad case either. I mean, if you have this, I'm just going to say don't go on waste money on this. But also, this is a little bit more tough than this one. They're both semi-hard cases, but this one's slightly softer than this. So that is something to keep in mind. Let me see if there's a difference if I take this out. No, not really. Honestly, I don't really play that many games that have to use the stylus. So even though it'll work in here, I'll probably still leave it in there, but it's not really something I necessarily use all that often. But yeah, besides the lack of a pocket here, I kind of wish it did have some kind of pocket on there just to carry some extra stuff. I mean, I can always just do that. And I haven't really used the charging cable, honestly. So again, it's not, stuff like that is not a big deal, but it is something to keep in mind. If you wanted a pocket to put some extra stuff, you might want to go with something like this more, and you also get some extra goodies with it. But yeah, that's just a quick look at the 3DS Game Traveler from RDS Industries. The Game Traveler with the new 2DS XL branding on it. And that's pretty much it. Like always, have a good one. Leave those comments down below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Like always, have a good one.